All right, let's talk about one of those parts of English grammar that can feel like a real puzzle. I'm talking about the present perfect. But don't you worry, we're going to break it all down, piece by piece, so you can start using it like a pro.
So what's on the menu today? Well, first up, we're going to look at how to actually build it. Super simple. Then we'll get into the real meat of it, when to use it. I'll even show you some secret signal words to look out for. And finally, we'll settle that classic debate, present perfect versus past simple. Let's do this. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about how to actually put this tense together. And trust me, it's way simpler than you might think. There's a clear pattern. It really all boils down to one simple little recipe. You take your subject, you add the right form of to have, so that's either have or has, and then you pop in the past participle. You know, that third form of the verb, like talked, seen, or gone. And that's it. That is the whole formula.
Now let's see this in action with a verb like talk. You can see the pattern so clearly here, right? I have talked, you have talked, and then the little switch. He has talked. See? The only thing that changes is that little helper verb, switching between have and has based on who you're talking about.
And you know what's great? This simple setup makes making negatives and questions a piece of cake. Want to make it negative? Just slot not right after have or has. You get, you haven't called. Easy. Want to ask a question? Just flip the subject and the verb. Have you done your homework? It's really that simple.
Okay, so we've got the how down. We know how to build it. But now for the big question, the really important part. When do you use it? And the answer, the whole secret, is about making a connection, a bridge between something that happened in the past and right now, the present. So think of it like this. There are basically three main times you're going to want to grab this tense. Number one, when something that happened in the past has a clear result right now. Number two, when you're talking about the past, but the exact time doesn't really matter. And number three, when you're talking about something that happened in a time frame that's not over yet, like today or this month.
Oh, this is such a great example of that present result thing. Let's talk about Darren. If you say Darren has gone to the supermarket, what does that mean for right now? It means he's not here. He's gone. The result of his trip is his empty chair. But if you say Darren has been to the supermarket, it's a totally different story. That means the trip is over and done. He went, and now he's back.
All right, you ready for a fantastic little shortcut? A secret tip? There are these special adverbs that basically act like giant flashing neon signs that scream, "Hey, use the present perfect!" We call these your signal words.
Seriously, think of this list as your personal cheat sheet. If you spot one of these words in a sentence, 9 times out of 10, it's a huge clue that you need the present perfect. Let's take a quick look at some of the biggest ones.
So when something happened like a second ago, you use just. It really pulls that past action right up to the present. Like, I've just sent an email. It happened moments ago.
Then we've got already. We use this one when something happens faster than expected. It often has a little bit of surprise to it, Wow, have you already eaten? And what about yet? Well, yet is all about expectations. You use it for things you think should have happened by now, but haven't. And you'll pretty much always see it hanging out in questions and negative sentences. Now, ever is a fun one. This is the word you use to ask about someone's entire life experience, from the day they were born until right this second. It's like asking at any point in your life. It's how you start a good story.
And of course, the total opposite of ever is never. It means at 0 points in my life from start to finish. It's a pretty strong way to talk about something you haven't experienced.
Okay, but what is something started in the past and is still going? That's where for and since come in. And the difference is super easy. Since points to a specific starting moment, a dot on the timeline, like since she was a child. But for measures a chunk of time, the duration. For 3 hours. One's a point, the other's a period.
All right, time for the main event, the big showdown. In this corner, the present perfect. And in the other corner, the past simple. This is the one that trips everybody up. But stick with me, we are about to make it crystal clear.
So here it is, the one thing you absolutely need to remember. The present perfect, it builds a bridge from the past all the way to the present moment. There's a connection. But the past simple? Nah. It takes that past action, puts it in a box, locks it, and throws away the key. It is completely finished and separate from now.
And honestly, the time expressions you use are a total giveaway.
If you use a word that points to a finished time, like yesterday, last month, in 2010, boom, that's past simple. But if the time is unfinished, like this morning while it's still morning, or you're using those duration words for and since, that's your cue for the present perfect.
And this is so cool. You can see right here how these two tenses actually work together in a normal conversation. You often start with the present perfect to open up a topic about life experiences, right? Have you ever been to Greece? Then, once the topic is open, you switch to the past simple to give the specific, finished details. Yeah, I went there last summer. See how they dance together?
Whew, okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's just do a super quick recap of the most important takeaways to really lock this all in.
Honestly, if you can just remember these 4 little rules, you're golden. Rule 1. The form is always have or has plus the past participle. Rule 2. Its job is to connect the past to the present. Rule 3. Keep an eye out for those signal words like ever and just. And Rule 4. Present perfect is for unfinished time, past simple is for finished time. That's the heart of it right there.
So there you have it. That's the present perfect, demystified. But you know, the best way to really learn this is to just start using it. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think about it. What's something you've done recently? Go on, try to answer that using the present perfect. Thanks for joining me on this one.